How are you guys doing? This is Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I want to talk about why you should start using cryptocurrencies in your day-to-day life. A lot of people like to talk about you should start investing in cryptocurrencies, but not enough of them talk about why you should start using cryptocurrencies. So that's going to be the topic for today's video, and you'll notice my settings a little bit different today. I'm working late on a Friday night, and typically I shoot my videos after I put my kids down, but I'm working late. I have a fabricator helping me with some stuff, some projects in the back, and I'm here, and I'll walk around and you can kind of see the store that we're building here. We have a commercial kitchen build-out display dealership here in South Florida, and we accept cryptocurrencies. You know, we use them. They're very useful to our business. And so the topic of today's video is why you should start using them too. Let's jump into it. All right, so I don't want to have like this long-winded video with a bunch of reasons why. I want to touch on really one specific point on what cryptocurrencies do for humanity, for essentially on a high level humanity, right? And I want to explain that in a way that humanity, I think one of our primary objectives is to sustain our consciousness, you know, for as long as possible. And I think that's the same for any species, right? So, and that's what cryptocurrency does. So maybe you're thinking like, Ryan, how does that actually do that, right? Like, you know, keeping humans alive longer and healthier and taking care of the planet and doing all these things. How does cryptocurrencies do this, right? We're not climate scientists, we're not, you know, Elon Musk and things like that. But cryptocurrencies is the tool that creates more economic interactions with people, makes it easier, makes it more people be able to participate in the economic system, and more people can prosper in the system and keep on building useful tools that will benefit me and you. So let's roll that back. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or other Nano and Zcash and Monero, they are systems of peer-to-peer electronic cash. So I send money to Joe, to Jimmy, to Sally, whoever it is, and nobody can stop that. And cryptocurrencies have the ability to send any amount of money to anyone in the world, essentially for free, and nobody can stop it. Very different from our current economic system, right? Our current system is not peer-to-peer. Our current system doesn't really have competition, right? Our current system is ruled by central authorities that have force. And this limits everything I just said. Not everyone can participate in the system. We have to rely on custodians. The fees to move your money can be very high, and you can easily be censored. And this slows down economic progress. This slows down the ability for us to grow our economy. This slows down our ability for us to evolve as a species. And you really have to zoom out to see this. It's very hard to see this when, you know, you're staring at your life right here, like, how does this do this? But you're looking at your day-to-day life. You're not realizing how, you know, people overestimate what something can do in a year, but they underestimate what it can do in a decade. Like, our lives can be vastly better within 10 years. And they have been. You know, the rate of economic progress has really grown exponentially throughout the last 100 years. And we've learned so much. We went from horse and buggy 100 years ago to self-driving vehicles. I mean, we are growing at a rapid rate. It's not easy, right? And it's when governments are involved in things, it really makes things convoluted. And you'll actually get regression in industries that our governments are in. Just take space travel, for example. In the 1960s, we could get to the moon, but it was left to the government, right? The government made it a mission to do it. They spent a ton of money. It had a lot to do with the Cold War and kind of, you know, showing who's the hegemonic power. By the early 2000s or late 90s, we couldn't even get to orbit. We had to use, you know, the Russians who we were fighting the Cold War with. We had to get the government out of the way. And when we got the government out of the way, we allowed entrepreneurs to come in, and now we've been able to create sustainable rockets. We can reuse rockets. It's really incredible what's happened. And now just imagine what the same thing will happen in the currency system. The lubrication that allows the system to move, if it can be removed from governments, which again, regresses things. And when humans are free and voluntary to exchange things, that cryptocurrency enhances how things can change. Rewind that back, right? When governments were handling space travel, we went and regressed. And when private individuals were allowed to get in that space, they flourished. Take the post office, right? You allow the free market to come in there, and look how easy transportation is now. Look at, you have FedEx, you have UPS, you have Amazon, you have all these choices right in the market that make your life better. But we're missing something. We're missing the lubrication that allows the whole economic system to operate, to get in the hands of the innovators, to empower people. So what cryptocurrency is going to do, and why you should start using it, is because it's going to grow your wealth exponentially, but it's also going to improve everything for your life. It's going to allow technologies to come out that can enhance your life expectancy. It's going to accelerate the growth in which we can live amongst the stars and become a space-faring civilization. These things are probable to occur, but the rate at which they will occur will be much faster in a system that has peer-to-peer electronic cash like cryptocurrency. So you can be a part of this movement. You can start the change. You can be the example. When you owe your friend 10 bucks, pay him in a cryptocurrency, pay him in Bitcoin Cash. Check out the video on the card here. I'll show you how easy it is to do. Another example I want to give on how not allowing humans to operate in a free way really hinders our evolution as a species is what they did with hallucinogenic drugs. Hear me out. I've jumped into this whole amazing wormhole on really specifically psilocybin mushrooms. I can speak, probably most intelligent about. And you have people that are microdosing hallucinogenic drugs. Microdosing is not to get like this big serious trip, right? But when you use a hallucinogenic drug, the neural connections in your brain increase. Like your day-to-day function is just to survive, right? You have enough brain capacity to survive, do your task, your simple day-to-day. But when people use hallucinogenic drugs, that enhances and it elevates your state of consciousness. And the government, after the kind of the hippie era, the war on drugs happened, they halted it. They said, you're criminals if you use these things, right? But previous to this, you had psychologists and like Alcoholics Anonymous was using psilocybin as a way to help people, cure people. Right now there's studies going on with at NYU, people that are suffering from terminal cancer and really facing death in the face like this, they're treating them with psilocybin mushrooms, and over 60% of them are being healed of their death anxiety. They're facing death like this, right? So government's in the way, and we're not learning everything that we can learn. It's the same thing that's happening with currency. Government is in the way, and we're not learning everything we can learn. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I can show you the how to use cryptocurrencies, but I need to show you why you should use cryptocurrencies. And hopefully this video did a little bit of that. And if you enjoy the video, just give it a thumbs up so more people see it. Subscribe to the channel for future content and tap the notification bell so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload, which is every week here on YouTube. And yeah, I really went through like the last, couple months, seeing mortality, seeing how fragile the human species was. And it shook me to my core, and I'm hungry to find any way to improve the human experience and really just do whatever I can as one human to make this place a little bit better. And when I mean by this place, I mean this world. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you letting me walk around my warehouse. It's about 7 o'clock here on a Friday night. You guys are probably out having fun, having dinner. Make sure to go home, see your family. I've been doing a better job getting home and spending a lot more time with the family. Tonight is a rare circumstance that I used to do all the time when I was getting going. But spend time with your family and your loved ones. Make sure to do it, guys.
See you in my next one.